This is RHC Reviews.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Revolution Hell Cowboy here, and I want to welcome you guys to RHC Reviews number 24. That's right, I bring your reviews back, and this time they're staying for good. There's not going to be this, long hiatus between reviews. I'm going to try to make my reviews, more frequent. Try to give you more per month, maybe 4 or more. I mean, at least 1 review a week. But anyways, other than that, besides the review itself, I'm trying to add more segments. There's going to be a Q&A coming up soon. I want to thank everybody who asked their questions. There will be a channel shout-out and a little more explanation of more segments I have planned for future episodes of RHC Reviews. Because I want to make my reviews more fun, more just a review, maybe get, more interaction with my subscribers. I get to know you guys better, and you can get to know me better. For now, let's get into the review. And I'm reviewing this guy, the 8th wonder of the world, from WWE Mattel Legends, the Mattel Collector exclusive, Andre the Giant. And even though there's already an Andre out there now that's from Elite 29, I haven't got my hands on it yet. I just got this one recently from Ringside Collectibles. Personally, I like this one better, and that's why I thought I'd get it first and review it for you guys. So, let's get into this review of Andre the Giant. I bet you, Hulk Hogan. That's my best impression. Alright, it's review time. And as mentioned before, this is Andre the Giant from WWE Mattel Legends online exclusive. Since obviously the Legends line didn't do well enough to stay in retail, even though the Legends line has kind of resurfaced as part of the Elite collection as Elite flashbacks, but since Mattel wanted one last hurrah with the Legends line, they decided in 2012 to release Andre the Giant alongside Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Dom Dallas Page, King Kong Bundy, and the Rockers, before they said, you know what, screw it, we're done with the Legends line. But Andre was the first figure released in the last of the Legends line, so as you can see, it's just typical Andre. Take a look at that head scan, and it looks just like him. Very accurate to how Andre looked in the later days of his career before his, some of his last great matches at WrestleMania 3 against Hogan, and then a tag team match with him and Million-Dollar Man against Hogan and Savage before Andre just pretty much stopped wrestling altogether before his death in 1993. But back to Andre himself, pretty big figure. As you can see, nothing really too much other than the head scan. He's got his black singlet with one strap. And that's about it, other than his black boots. Nothing much else to it. But you will notice the cloth, it's a cloth singlet, which means it can be removed. Andre's about to start stripping. By God, Andre, don't do it! Don't take your singlet off! This is a PG show! Kids are watching! We don't want to see you naked! Boomer Sooner! Boomer Sooner! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Oh, JR, there's another word about Andre's wearing a pair of black trunks under his singlet. Don't worry, Mattel's not going to give us a naked figure. But, if you don't want to have Andre back in his old black trunks that he wore in the early days of his career, back when he had the fro and then eventually cut his hair, which, by the way, Elite 29 just came out, recently online and it's hidden retail. There's in Elite 29, he's wearing blue trunks instead of black trunks, and well, he has the afro as his accessory, but like Elite 29, this one has, the singlet, which you can put back on easily. Just slip it on through his legs if you want to keep it on him. And the only thing I'm kind of afraid of is the fact that the new cloth that Mattel's been using kind of stains, so I don't know how much longer I'll keep the singlet on him, but if it does stain, whatever. Anyways, if I can get back on him. I mean, it's not too hard. I mean, it's kind of stretchy, so it fits on very well. Take a look at Andre's butt cheeks while I'm doing it. Anyways, as And it can go on either way, but I think he always wore it on his left side, not his right, when it comes to the single strap. And he's also wore 2-strap singlets in the past. Yeah, there we go. Now, besides the singlet, he has one other accessory. And unlike the recent released Elite 29, who comes with an afro, because obviously Andre was able to take his afro on and off. Yeah, obviously I'm just being sarcastic. He came with this, the classic Winged Eagle WWE Championship. Now, the only downside to this belt, you know, a belt that would fit on a standard figure. It's been released with Define Much, Bret the Hitman Hart. It's been released with Elite 23 Macho Man Randy Savage. Plus, you know, there's been non-shiny versions released with Ultimate Warrior, which had the yellow strap, and then Macho Man got in a 2-pack with CM Punk, and I think there was another one that was with like a 4-pack of figures. But this figure does not fit around Andre's waist. Nope. You cannot even make it try, because this is as far as you can go. It's like he needs a super heavyweight championship. So for Andre, he can only hold it, like say, have him hold it in his hand. Like this one's usually better. The other one's more of his choke slam hand. You know, I don't know if Andre did a lot of choke slams, so he could do that. Or you can have him hold the belt, because, well, that's all he can do, because he can't wear it. And, well, yeah, obviously Andre did not hold the belt for very long, because everybody's got a price. Money, 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 money. Because he sold to this guy, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Now, sadly, the president at the time of the World Wrestling Federation, Jack Tunney, he did not like that, and he stripped Andre of the belt. Even though, yeah, obviously he was the $1 Million Man now, but $1 Million Man was never recognized champion. That's why he wears this belt and never had the WWE title since, because, well, you can't buy championship gold. Yeah, it's made of gold, but you can't buy it. Now for the articulation, he has standard elite style articulation, a little bit of articulation that's the same of basics. He's got a movement at the head, you know, on a ball joint. Left and right, can move a little bit back and forth, mostly up and down. He's got your standard swivel at the shoulders, bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, movement at the wrist, hinge at the wrist, ab crunch articulation, even though Andre didn't do a lot of ab crunches, obviously. Sorry, not to be mean. He has waist articulation, though it's a little hindered by the singlet, but if you take the singlet off, it's no problem. He has movement to thighs. When's the last time I saw Andre do splits? He has a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot cut, and he has movement at the ankle with a slight bit of a pivot. So not much to the articulation, just your standard elite articulation. Now, as I mentioned before, Andre had sold his championship to the $1 Million Man, which ended with the belt being vacant. And this man eventually won the belt. And one of my favorites of all time, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah! And of course, that led up to a big match at WrestleMania 4 between the Mega Bucks, Andre the Giant, and the $1 Million Man, versus the Macho Man Randy Savage, and, well, somebody else who doesn't have a Mattel figure yet, even though his Define Modes figure was shown at San Diego Comic-Con. Unfortunately, this is one of the few Hogans I have. TNA Deluxe Impact Hogan. Look at me, brother. I'm as big as Andre, brother. You're not such a giant now, brother. But yeah, anyways, that was a big match at WrestleMania. Obviously, next year after that was Savage versus Hogan for the title. But as you can see, it was definitely a great matchup. Just sucks that I don't have the new Mattel Macho Man yet, Hogan yet, because, well, it hasn't been released yet. But that kind of gives you an idea of you know, how big the Hogan TNA figure is. Alright, now for size comparison, I brought in some other figures, including an Elite style Undertaker, a basic Big Show, basic CM Punk, and even an AJ Lee to show how big Andre is compared to some standard superstars, you know, and divas. So as you can see, Andre towers over poor little AJ, you know, because AJ is only like 5'7", CM Punk is 6'1", about the same size as the Macho Man was. You know, Big Show's the only one that's actually kind of taller than Andre, the way it looks. About a slight bit taller. Taker comes close, and then obviously the Hogan's obviously out of scale. Hogan's only about 6'7", so actually Hogan's not too bad, to be honest. Hogan looks like he's about in scale, despite the fact that, oops, sunglasses fell off, that Jack's figures are kind of a bit bulkier. Then of course good old JR is also brought in for comparison, why not? To kind of give you a good idea how big this Andre is, because, you know, if this were Jack's, obviously everybody would be about the same size. CM Punk would be the same size as Andre. I mean, and even AJ wouldn't be as big, but she'd probably be about the same size. So at least Mattel nowadays is doing a better job than Jax was when it comes to scale. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that review. Now it's time for the Q&A. So let's get that started. I have my list right here of questions. So I'm going to get ready to answer them all. And once again, thank you to everybody who asked their questions. Alright, Joseph Hatcher right here on YouTube asked, actually 3 questions. Well, he asked me more than 3, but I'm going to let him get away with asking 4 for once, because one of them kind of relates to another question. Anyways, question 1. If you could make your own wrestling federation, what would you call it and why? Well, I actually had my own fake wrestling federation I used to have when I was in high school, you know, even through my early adult years, that I used to play it on my video games. It was called the CWF, yeah, pretty generic, but it was the Colossal Wrestling Federation. You know, colossal meaning big. It was actually something me and my friends used to do. We used to actually wrestle in my backyard, first of all. Even though we didn't have a ring, we just had like some broomsticks tied up to the fence post with a little strand of twine, pretended I was our ring. And we couldn't really slam each other down, so we had to do light moves and stuff. So that was something we did. We only did it for a brief time, and then I just mostly made comics of it. I wish I still have today. Maybe, who knows, maybe the CWF will come back to life somehow. But, yeah, that's what I'd call it. I had other ideas for wrestling organizations, but that's just one. Okay, question number 2. He wants to know, what is my favorite WrestleMania? You know, that's a hard one. There's a lot of good ones. I mean, it's hard to say what my favorite WrestleMania is. I mean, I guess WrestleMania 18 was good because you had Hogan and Rock. That was an epic match. And then, you know, recently with WrestleMania 28, 29, Cena and Rock. I mean, and even though I wasn't old enough to remember, obviously WrestleMania 3 was a good one because, you know, you had Savage and Steamboat, and then Hogan and Andre, which, you know, I just reviewed Andre, so I don't know, it's kind of hard to say what my favorite WrestleMania is because I've only watched a few. I've watched WrestleMania 24, I've watched 27, and I've watched 28. I don't know. I'm going to have to say I definitely like 18 the best because of the Hogan Rock match, and you had Triple H and Chris Jericho, so I don't know. Once again, it's hard to really say. I mean, there's a lot of good WrestleManias. And then he wants to know, who are my top 5 favorite wrestlers? Well, he asks, what are your favorite top 5 wrestlers? But anyways, top 5, well, not a hard list, but for my number 1, I don't know, it's sort of a tie between the Macho Man and Sting. I'll have to say I like Sting a little more because he was my first favorite than Macho Man. And then number 3 would be Bret the Hitman Hart. I've always been a big fan of his. Number 4, I would say The Rock. I mean, The Rock's just entertaining. That's all I can really say. And I've always liked him a little bit better as a wrestler than an actor. And then number 5, I like Chris Jericho. So those are my top 5 of wrestlers. And then, this was technically his first question, but, you know, since he asked me this first and then asked me the other 3, you know, when I made a 3-question limit, I'm going to let it slide because it kind of relates to this. Even though this guy's not in my top 5, but anyways, he asked me, who is your favorite TNA wrestler? Well, I haven't been watching TNA much as of late, because it's just not really the same, but I used to be a hardcore TNA guy from 2007 to 2009, and then I followed even before 2007, but my favorite guys since then has always been Samoa Joe, and I still like Samoa Joe. I mean, he's had some great matches. He was a multi-time X Division champion. I think he's still a champion right now, I guess, when in the X Division. I'm not sure. I haven't been watching TNA. But, I mean, it made me mad that he only had one run with the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and after he lost it, he never got a chance to get it back. And he's mostly been stuck with X Division and even recently being a tag champion. So I want to see Samoa Joe get pushed back into the world title picture. I mean, once again, he's a good X Division guy. He had great matches at Ring of Honor. I mean, come on. The guy's 300 pounds and can fly. I'm like 260, and if I try to fly, I'm gonna land on my ass. But no, Samoa Joe definitely, and then I also kind of used like AJ Styles before he left TNA. But once again, I'm gonna let that slide. That you asked me 4 questions. Remember, everybody else, just keep them limited to 3 if you ask 4 by accident, and if it relates to another question, well, then I'll honor it. This question comes from Twitter. It's from John Patel, better known as the Indian Destroyer, at Indian Destroyer, I guess I should have said, but he's also here on YouTube as Jay Patel. But anyways, he wants to know, what are your thoughts on WWE 2K15 graphics, new technology, and motion capture, and would you ever buy the game? Well, it's been looking good for some so far. 2K's been doing a good job. I mean, they've done a good job on their NBA and their Major League Baseball games, and I'll say it's definitely looking better than what Ukes and THQ could do, because, you know, last year's game was, you know, it was going to be put out by THQ before 2K bought them, and so obviously Ukes had already made the game for 2K14, but 2K15 is all by 2K, and, you know, the entrances look more realistic, the wrestling is going to be more real, the commentary is going to be better. I mean, everything that THQ and Ukes kind of failed at, I mean, they did their best, but 2K is doing a lot better. I mean, it's like almost watching the actual WWE program and not just, you know, playing the game. So, will I buy it? Yes, because I was going to buy it anyway, but it's definitely more an incentive since the game's looking more real, and I definitely look forward to playing it. And plus, you know, it's going to have Sting as a DLC bonus, so I got to definitely play as my favorite superstar, Sting. Lucas John has a couple of questions for me. His first one is, what's your favorite figure and card you have of WWE? Well, favorite figure, that would definitely have to be Defining Moments, Macho Man Randy Savage, but I also like his Legend Series 6 figure too. But definitely the Defining Moments, pretty cool figure. You know, has the white cowboy hat, the purple and white sunglasses, the jacket with the tassels, and it's a pretty cool figure. You know, like I said, I like his Legends figure too, and both figures I got after he died. I mean, even though they came out before his death in 2011, but I was lucky to pick up both figures 2 weeks later, because I was afraid, man, I wasn't going to find them, because, you know, deceased wrestlers go for a lot on eBay and anywhere else online, so I was very lucky to find both of them in retail, but definitely the two Defining Moments is my favorite, with the Legends being my second. Alright, and then he also wants to know about the card. Well, you know, it's kind of hard to say. I don't have a favorite card per se, but I do kind of like the relic I bought of CM Punk from WWE Tops 2012. It's a t-shirt relic that I bought from somebody here on YouTube. I mean, it's a cool card, but it's hard to really say I have a favorite wrestling card. I haven't got any cool autograph cards as of late, or anything that makes you say, oh man, this is my favorite card. I mean, maybe someday, I don't know. Then for the second question, he wants to know, do I know what TTMs are? I believe so. I think that's called Talk to Me, where you send, like, say, a trading card or a photograph, something that you want to get signed by, say, a wrestler or maybe another professional athlete, maybe an actor. I mean, that's what I think it is, because I've seen some people, like my friend JB Westerfield has done some of those videos, and a few other people have, so quote me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think it is. So if I'm right, cool, and maybe, hey, I might do one someday. I just haven't got around to it, and I haven't decided who all I want TTMs from, but maybe someday. We got another YouTube question. This is from Awesomeness Reborn 567. He wants to know, when you do another shout-out video, could you give me one? And why is your channel so awesome? I mean, hey, you support my channel, so I'll give you another, you know, shout-out pretty soon. Maybe in the channel shout-out. Stay tuned. And hey, my channel is awesome because you're subscribed to it. And I put up as many videos as I can, and I appreciate everybody who's subbed to it. You know, I'll keep making my videos awesome for all of you. Right, Wrestling Fan 900Z, right here on YouTube, wants to know, who is your favorite wrestler from the Ruthless Aggression era? Now that's a little hard. It kind of depends, because some of the wrestlers I like were, you know, also still in the Attitude era, and maybe prior to Attitude era. I don't know. It's hard to say who my favorite was, even though I can give you a few favorites. I liked Batista back when he was at the height of the Ruthless Aggression era, when he was doing some of his, you know, a few of his World Heavyweight title runs. Brock Lesnar was cool back during that time. Eddie Guerrero was good, even though Eddie kind of got his start in the Attitude era, and, you know, in prior to Attitude era with WCW and ECW. And heck, I even like John Cena back when he was a Doctor of Thugonomics. Back when he used to swear and stuff, and he rapped a lot before he became the Fruity Pebbles, Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, and all the crap he is now. I mean, like I said, it's kind of hard to say who my favorite was. I mean, I also liked Rob Van Dam, Edge, so it wasn't really just one favorite. But I'd say if I made a top 5 Ruthless Aggression guys, I'd probably put, Batista, Eddie, Edge, Cena, and Lesnar. And then I also put RVD as an honorable mention, since he did pretty good during the Ruthless Aggression era too. Alright, this last question comes from Twitter. It comes from, please forgive me if I say your name wrong, Lee Fife. And he's Lee Fife via Twitter, but I know he goes by CM Punk LF here on YouTube. And I asked him a question for his Q&A, so I thought, if I did that for him, he would return the favor, so he did. He asked me, have you met any WWE superstars or divas? Unfortunately, I have not, even though I came close. We had a SmackDown here 7 years ago at our old arena, the Kansas Coliseum. Now we have all our shows at the Intrust Bank Arena. But anyways, when we had the show at the Kansas Coliseum, me and my friend that went to the show, we actually went around the back to where the superstars were, and obviously, who did it? A lot of people did. And there was also a fence separating us and the superstars. I was lucky enough to see Kane back when he wasn't wearing the mask the first time around before he put the mask back on. Back when he had the shaved eyebrows and the bald head and stuff. Saw Funaki, Finley, Hornswoggle. Can't remember who else. I think I also saw Justin Roberts, and there were maybe a few other people. I mean, I didn't get to say hi to any of them because they were all too busy, getting ready to drive in their cars. I remember seeing Hornswoggle get an SUV, and he, dude's like only 4 feet tall, so having him drive a big-ass vehicle, that must have been hard, and Finley had to go out there and help him. And I remember people trying to yell, like, hey, Rey Mysterio to Justin Roberts. Like, really, that's not Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio wears his mask. And even some guy had like a picture of Kane and was showing it to Kane, and Kane was not giving him any attention. But other than that, I have yet to meet any superstars face to face or get autographs, so maybe I will someday. Alright, thank you to everybody who asked your questions. If you didn't get a chance to ask me your question, or you just did before I made this video, you can still ask it, and I will include it in the next Q&A segment for RHC Reviews number 25. As always, there's more than one way to do it. You can either ask it right here in this video. Just make sure to put RHC Q&A before you ask your questions. And remember, even though I let one kid get away with it and ask 4 because he asked one before he asked his other 3, but if anything, keep questions limited to 3 at most. And you can also leave your question for me on either my Facebook group or my Facebook page. Links are always in the description. Or you can tweet me your questions on Twitter at RefLCowboy. It's channel shoutout time, and this shoutout goes to Awesomeness Reborn 567. He's a fellow WWE fan and figure collector, so go check him out. He makes some pretty good videos. You can either click the link down in the description or click the annotation as soon as it pops up. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this episode. Thank you for your guys' questions. Thank you for everybody who supports me, and I hope to put out many more reviews every chance I get. And there will be many more segments, include a custom spotlight segment where I will look at some of the best custom figures that you guys make. A collection spotlight where you guys can send me videos that are 30 seconds to a minute long. Which, if you do, email to my email account, rhcreviews@gmail.com. I'll look at fan art. If you guys have any cool wrestler, Ninja Turtle, Power Ranger drawings, anime comic drawings, and there'll be many more. But as always, make sure to send me your guys' questions. And, just make sure you follow me on Twitter and like my page on Facebook and be a part of my group. And you guys can find out when I post my next review who will be in it. As always, I'll try to give you guys more reviews every chance I get. So as always, I am Revolution Cowboy. Thanks for watching. Rock on and keep collecting. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this review. I will try to put up as many reviews as I can. And you want to see my previous review? Click on the video that's playing right now. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming soon. And also like my page on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. As always, rock on and keep collecting.